Is the United States on the brink of a recession? And if so, who's to blame, President Biden or former President Trump? Let's dive into the facts and unravel this complex economic situation. The US economy is sending mixed signals, prompting debates about an impending recession and its potential causes. Some attribute current economic challenges to President Biden's policies, while others point to former President Trump's trade strategies. To understand the situation, we need to examine recent policy decisions, economic indicators, and historical contexts. In early 2025, former President Donald Trump announced a significant escalation in trade measures by doubling tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum imports from 25% to 50%. This move was part of a broader strategy to protect American industries and address trade imbalances. However, such aggressive trade policies have historically had mixed outcomes. The immediate reaction to these increased tariffs was a sharp decline in the stock market. The Dow Jones Industrial Average plummeted nearly 900 points, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq also experienced significant losses. Companies heavily reliant on international trade, such as Tesla and Apple, saw their stock prices tumble, with Tesla dropping over 15% in a single day, exacerbating a 50% decline from its all-time high in December. These market reactions highlight the interconnectedness of global economies and the potential repercussions of protectionist policies. While the intention behind the tariffs was to bolster domestic manufacturing, the immediate effect was increased uncertainty and volatility in financial markets. President Joe Biden inherited an economy recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic, characterized by supply chain disruptions, labor shortages, and inflationary pressures. To stimulate growth, the Biden administration implemented substantial fiscal stimulus measures, including the American Rescue Plan aimed at supporting households, businesses, and local governments. While these measures contributed to a robust economic rebound, they also fueled concerns about rising inflation. The Consumer Price Index reached levels not seen in decades, prompting the Federal Reserve to consider tightening monetary policy by raising interest rates. Higher borrowing costs could potentially slow down consumer spending and business investments, factors crucial for sustained economic growth. The current economic landscape results from a confluence of policies from both administrations. Trump's tariffs aimed to protect domestic industries but risked triggering retaliatory measures from trading partners, potentially disrupting global supply chains. Biden's stimulus measures provided immediate economic relief, but contributed to inflationary pressures, challenging policymakers to balance growth and price stability. Economists are divided on the primary drivers of the potential recession. Some argue that the trade tensions initiated by Trump's tariffs have strained international relations and increased costs for American consumers and businesses. Others contend that the expansive fiscal policies under Biden have overheated the economy, leading to persistent inflation and necessitating corrective actions by the Federal Reserve. And to contextualize the current situation, it's essential to consider historical precedents. Trade wars and protectionist policies have often led to unintended consequences. For instance, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930, implemented during the Great Depression, aimed to protect American industries but resulted in a significant decline in international trade and worsened the economic downturn. Similarly, excessive fiscal stimulus without corresponding increases in productivity can lead to inflationary spirals, eroding purchasing power and savings. The stagflation of the 1970s serves as a cautionary tale where simultaneous high inflation and unemployment pose significant challenges for policymakers. The potential US recession has global ramifications. As the world's largest economy, a slowdown in the US can dampen global demand, affecting export-dependent countries. Additionally, heightened trade tensions can disrupt global supply chains, leading to inefficiencies and increased costs worldwide. Financial markets globally are sensitive to US economic indicators. A recession in the US could trigger capital flight to perceived safe haven assets, leading to currency fluctuations and financial instability in emerging markets. Addressing the looming recession requires coordinated and nuanced policy responses. Policymakers must balance the need for economic growth with the imperative to control inflation. This balancing act involves monetary policy. The Federal Reserve must carefully calibrate interest rate adjustments to avoid stifling growth while curbing inflation. Clear communication of policy intentions can help manage market expectations and reduce volatility. Fiscal policy. The government should consider targeted fiscal measures that promote productivity and address supply-side constraints. Investments in infrastructure, education and technology can enhance long-term economic resilience. Trade policy. Engaging in constructive dialogues with trading partners to resolve disputes and promote fair trade practices is crucial. Avoiding escalatory measures can prevent further disruptions to global trade. Implementing reforms that enhance labor market flexibility, encourage innovation and improve regulatory efficiency can strengthen the economy's capacity to adapt to shocks. The question of whether a potential US recession is due to President Biden's or former President Trump's policies is complex. Both administrations have implemented measures with far-reaching implications, and the current economic challenges result from a combination of these policies. Rather than attributing blame, it is more productive to focus on collaborative efforts to mitigate risks and promote sustainable economic growth. Understanding the intricacies of fiscal and trade policies, learning from historical experiences, and fostering international cooperation are essential steps toward navigating the uncertain economic landscape. The path forward requires thoughtful and coordinated actions by policymakers, businesses, and consumers alike to ensure a stable and prosperous future. For more insights into the evolving economic landscape and its implications, stay tuned to our channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content.